Noah and Aiden, what y'all want to get better at is making this read. So like you're getting closer to the line, Aiden, and somebody like Blake, if he's aggressive, can jump that lane. Now, if Blake ends up with that steal, that's a live ball turnover. That's 2 points. So Noah, you got to tell him to get up and be a point guard instead of just throwing it. So now, once he reaches with the wrong hand, Aiden, that's an attack. If you're not gonna shoot it, attack, make Gavin pick you up. But you go in a U, right? And now it's easier for Gavin to guard both of you because y'all are kind of close. Now watch your eyes. Your eyes are looking. If you could keep your eyes on the rim and throw that pass, that'll buy him more time. And now Gavin is able to guard both of you guys because of spacing. All right, so really, look and value that. All right, the other thing is you want to immediately attack. That's a good skip. And here's another immediate attack. Everything is kind of slow right now, Noah. Like you got to think, and then you just kind of like, oh, I'll just settle for a three. All right, so find more of those attacks. All right, so Matt, on this play, once they throw it in, right, you can't go through a person. That's not going to be defense. Even if you were to hit all ball, refs are going to call that. But this is an obvious foul, so like you got to just play defense. Aiden's doing a good job of throwing this skip pass, right? Because that's a long run for this guy, right? At the bottom of the 3-2, you got these two guys. He throws it, so now that's a closeout for Jashawn. And then Leon, at this point in the game, he's the only one attacking, getting paint touches. So look what happens after you attract all these defenders. All eyes are on the ball. Once you kick out, what's wrong with this shot, Aiden? And if you're not going to shoot it, throw a quick pass over here so he could shoot it. And then if Gavin closes out too quick, then download to Matt. I want y'all to see all that, but you kind of pass that up because you're not confident in your shot. And in my gym, that's you need to be confident and take it. Now, Noah, when you get this, you're throwing a straight pass. These are smaller guards up here. Why don't you throw it like slightly with some arc so it could get to Matt? He's taller than him. You say you throw it straight, and that's a deflection by Colin. All right, so you got to be able to throw entry passes there. All right, so look right here, Aiden. When you first catch this ball in, Jashawn is out of position. This should be a pass right to Matt right there. Catch the ball 4 feet from the basket, should be a score. So we just gotta see that. If you want to be successful against the zone, you got to make it move. And Aiden, look at this: 1, 2, 3 dribbles. Like you dribbled the ball a ton, and now the defense gets set. Y'all got to move the ball against the zone if you want to be successful against it. All right, so Noah tries to attack. Like I said, Leon's been the only one who's attacking. Right? He gets a gap, gets a paint touch. All right, I think Matt should have had that rebound. And hey, Gavin, I know they're on you, but be strong with the ball and stay on your feet. You're struggling with that. You're always off balance. Now, Noah's a guard who was at the top. Aiden was at the top, and Xavier's running back. You can't let a guy run by you and nobody know it. So now the ball gets thrown all the way to the baseline, and Blake gets a wide open shot just because of transition D. But y'all got to have better court awareness. You guys from here are running to your spots instead of realizing that somebody is past you. All right, so we just got to strengthen our court awareness on the defensive end, especially. Now I'll teach y'all how to pass through the zone, but now we're getting to the place where we can drive through it. If Blake don't get in front of you, attack. That's the first time you attack, right? You attract some defense. This is an excellent pass. Now, Leon, I think it should be a pass situation because nobody's guarding Noah. But Noah, you got to be knees bent, hands ready. All right, so you could just catch and shoot. But Leon dribbles, and then it's just he had to pass up that shot because you didn't throw it. That was a great pass by Noah right there. Good pocket. All right, so again, we're just a second late on a lot of passes and plays that we're making. All right, and even after this, immediate play, after these skip passes, these are great chances to really move the zone. So as soon as you catch it, Noah fumbles with it, quick pass, one more quick pass. If you throw it over there, Leon will be wide open. But we can't continue to go back where the ball came from because that's where the defense came from. All right, so now you weren't able to get downhill, and you got to shoot this kind of tough runner floater looking shot. We already talked about what makes the 3-2 vulnerable if you hit middle in the corners, right? So when we catch this ball, Noah, what's wrong with throwing a Hunter right there? He's wide open, in my opinion. And if you throw it there, Blake has to guard him. He could throw it down to Aiden. Aiden, if you're open, you don't need to like run out here to space if you're open. So I would say hit Hunter, and then we throw it down low. All right, and then we still got Hunter right there who's open, and we're not really trying to get those paint touches. So now we don't even get a shot at all. We get a turnover. All right, another good pass. Good finish right there by Blake. No, we got to get stronger defensively. If we see a guy, right, here's Zayden. You actually look back. Watch. You look back and you see him. And you're not going to move into his lane. You're just going to put your arm out and he runs right through it. Now you risk Felix getting a foul because you should have jumped right in front of that pass. All right, and then he gets blocked, but again, y'all can't let a guy just get a simple dive and score. All right. All right, so like just learn how to add value to yourselves on different, in different scenarios, different teams. If I say, hey, the middle's what's vulnerable, I need guys that can hit the middle guy. Like right now, if you throw a bounce pass right here, you'll throw Hunter right into a layup. All right, and then he's still open, right? You just got to throw a little lob pass to his left hand. All right, so like right now, we're just struggling executing what we need to execute. All right, Leon gets it and hits middle, and that's great. You just got to face up sooner, Hunter, so you don't I don't know what they call it. I think you got to travel. Hunter, you're becoming much better at being a middle person. All right, you're making contact. All right, and this time Aiden does hit you, and we got to watch the ball go into our hands because once you catch this, Kendall helps up. Leon's wide open, just waiting on the block. All right, as you can see, he would have been wide open. So we just can't give up that off just fundamental stuff like catching. All right, and there's Leon in the paint again. And of course, once you get a paint touch, you usually get something good. But again, it's back to us needing to catch the ball. All right, good finish by Anthony. All right, so, hey, this is a great pass by Noah. They're a little out of position 3-2 wise. But Blake, if you can't get that ball, like you can't go for it. Because if you don't get it, the rotation's too deep. And Kendall hasn't been around long enough to know she should be under here waiting for this. But now that Blake's out of position, that's the type of shot they get. Nice floater right there, Felix. That was good. All right, here. Let's not be robots. All right, Felix catches it. Felix, who is stopping you from running straight down the lane and shooting the same shot you just shot in that floater? All right, so if you drive, Blake would have to guard you, then hit this person. Now you're making something happen. All right, so you got to see the court. You left a huge opportunity on the floor, and now we're just set up in a regular defense. So just remember, when people are out of position, they need to pay for that. All right, so now this is a perfect example. When I say, hey, be aggressive, I don't mean you got to shoot. I just mean be aggressive. So Noah gets it, drives immediately, makes a person guard, gets a kick. So now it's easier for Leon to get the second drive. He gets a paint touch, could shoot, and now look what the quality of shot. I don't care that he misses. I just care about the quality of shots that we can generate by playing good offense. All right. Like when I go home and I tell y'all to go home and practice catching, practice passing, y'all feel like it's very elementary, but this is a perfect example. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. Drop, can't catch the ball. Drop, can't catch the ball. All right, Zayden's open, drop, can't catch the ball. All right, and I know it's cold, but you guys got to adapt. You got to adapt to the game. Passing, catching, and footwork are like the three most important things. All right, so like since we're struggling with that, we can't run offense. All right, so when I say like go home and practice this stuff, I'm not just talking. Example of the same thing. I do like that you jumped and squeezed it, Deshaun, but it needs to come to your chin and not exposed because if somebody hits that, it's coming out. But bloop, we lose the ball. All right, and Zayden, you have a bad habit of this, catching with one hand. Two hands, you got to save that possession. Passes don't have to be perfect for us to save them. All right, so hey, look, let's break this habit. You're dribbling for no reason, Aiden. You caught it. There's no reason to dribble unless you're gonna go somewhere. Dribble, dribble. You get what I'm saying? So you keep slowing down the offense. All right, now this is a good drive, but Grant, what pass do we make in the lane? It's either gonna be over the top or bounce, because this is where hands are. And you try to throw a straight pass, and he was wide open. So you did all the hard work. The easy work is throwing the correct pass. All right, so first of all, if you turn this way, Aiden, you don't want to chest facing this way and then throw that way, right? Because that's not going to be a strong pass. All right, so Kendall probably should have been more in the passing lane so she could run through it, but nonetheless, it gets there. So let's look at what being aggressive and getting some dribble penetration does for us. So we drive. So now that we drove, Jashawn has to help, right? He has Hunter. And because Jashawn ends up having to contest the shot, guess who's going to get the rebound? The guy who he once was guarding, Hunter gets the putback. All because Leon was aggressive. Good finish there, Hunter. This can't happen. You're right here. You can't let a guy backdoor you. If you should be standing farther on this side, because if he runs this way, he runs to your teammate. All right, and then you just let him just slip right behind you and then get a layup. All right, that's really bad defense. I think it's more focused than anything. You got to be focused every time. Just because I want y'all to see what making the right pass does. So look, immediately when Grant catches it, he makes a decision to drive. Good. Gets off the ball as soon as he sees the guy's chest. That's good stuff. Now watch. Leon's here. Passes can't be straight. Guess what he throws? A bounce pass. And now Hunter has something to work with. All right. Now if you could, instead of dribbling, just turn and throw this pass to Felix, that would have been the best play. All right, but nonetheless, you get a shot up. But the emphasis was the bounce pass that he was able to make in traffic. All right, until y'all get to learn how to run middle, I'm not gonna harp on it. But we don't like when Jashawn catches it, he wants to kind of turn and face. But what he does is he dribbles at Zayden, right? Which means Hunter's a little bit closer to Zayden. And now when he catches it, now Hunter's there for the block. So you don't want to dribble at the person you're passing to. This is something else that just shouldn't happen, guys. So look, Aiden and Xavier. This guy cuts. Both of y'all see him cut, right? And then both of y'all just like wander off. Like Blake had dropped the ball from the ref. And then he just gets to cut one more time for an even better shot than he had initially. So we just got to do better at recognizing. The guys that score here are going to be more efficient than the guys that score out there. And both of y'all ran out there. Xavier, we can't just throw the ball all around the gym. These are like bad turnovers. Like, she didn't even have to make much of a play to get that ball. And so, first of all, get your team in a good domino set and then go. All right. Next thing that I like is, like, watch when Blake catches the ball. He's not dribbling. He's assessing. All right. So, boom, it's not there. He throws a bounce pass because he throws it where the defender came from. So, Xavier went from guarding Kendall to there. And Kendall needs to just shoot that. Kendall, what's better shot than what you got right there? Now you dribble up and now you get no shot. All right, so take the easy ones. All right, so Grant gets it. Grant, and I'm putting these because I want y'all to see what passes to make. We see a person open. We think the only pass we can make is a straight one. And then that's going to end up with steals because in interior passing, that's where hands are. All right, so now, here's the thing about the orange team that White isn't taking advantage of. Aiden and Xavier are still kind of confused down here, like who has the top, who has the bottom. But you got to swing that, Colin. Let's back it up. All right, so when this ball goes and it comes from one side, the principles of zone of last time we ran it from 2-3 are the same. The ball goes to one side. It needs to go to the other. And Kendall should be behind the three-point line spacing it. And then we'll have a pass and really move the defense. But we're dribbling too much. And now the defense gets set and it's a lot harder to attack it. Okay, so the shot goes up. Hunter gets a really good rebound. He's pushing himself, which is fine. If you throw a bounce pass right now, Leon gets an easy layup. All right, so we're leaving plays on the table because we keep throwing these straight passes, and then that's could have been a turnover. All right, so Grant gets his shot. All right, so Kendall, you got to find somebody to touch and block out. So now Hunter throws it out, which is a good play. Now when he shoots, Kendall, you got to block him out. All right, because if you don't, now you got to have a fight for the ball, and you shouldn't. All right, so we got to get used to touching people when we're in when those shots go up. All right, so this is great, and Grant actually makes this play. This is a bounce pass sighting. Bounces it to Hunter in a great spot. Hunter, you got to go towards the basket on Blake. You can't go away from it. You fade away. How many rebounds are you going to get if you fade away and miss? You got to go towards the basket, especially if you got the height advantage. So now if you miss, you can maybe even get your own shot. Colin, we got to throw that sooner. We got to find a way to throw this pass. Boom. Bounce pass. If it's a safe pass, because if Leon kicks it, it's still your ball. So throw the bounce pass, but now you miss some. It's a little late. Now you got to settle for throwing it out here. Which, I thought Jashawn hit that one. But throw that bounce pass there so we can get a bucket. And then we're going to get it, Jashawn, but these are the possessions I'm talking about. You got to find a way to catch these, all right? So when this ball, I know it's a little fast and hot, but that's a catchable ball. You got to catch that to avoid the turnover. But look at all the chaos, guys. We got to get better because, like, turnover, all right? Near turnover. Like, the ball needs to get secure. Like, it's constant chaos right now. And we need somebody who can just hold the ball, protect it, get the guy set up. Because until now, like even now, it's still moving really quick and people aren't in set and, in a quick set. So we just need some control over the whole situation. All right, that's a nice floater by Leon. That's tough. All right, now this is a great possession. We hit middle. And look, I want y'all to see why it happened. Colin kind of looks off. He's looking this way and throwing the opposite way. And that's why Jashawn catches it with more space. And now here's the pass to the Xander. You just got to probably cut a little sooner so you could shoot a regular layup. Good execution right there. All right, so Hunter, you got to do a better job at reading closeouts. All right, so you choose the right direction, right? He closes out, you go by him. What's stopping you from scoring this layup? You're not reading. There's nobody down here. And you step back for a jumper when you could be shooting a layup. So you got to get much better at making those reads because it's there, right? But you're just not reading. You're playing, right? And we got to get to the point where we're reading. So we're back to live ball turnovers. All right, so Anthony, you can't turn that over. I mean, I know sometimes it slips and stuff like that, but these are live ball. Live ball means they don't have to take it out of bounds. They could just go right back downhill and go score. All right, way to attack the rim. Y'all be careful on that goal down there. It's dangerous. I want to identify a few things. Again, Zayden, you start creeping too close. Like, he can run through that. You got to feel that you can't be that close to him. You got to be over here so it's a safer pass. All right, and right now they don't really have anybody covering middle. So, you know, we got to look there too. But you're getting so close that actually Colin throws it where you should be standing, so he couldn't steal it. Now look where your pass comes from. You're about to throw a chest pass. So we got to get that ball overhead and throw it more on the line. So a chest pass is going to float a lot more than one that's over the head. So now, here comes the trap. Find a way to pick that up clean. Now look, right here, Jashawn, don't panic. Get your right foot, step through, and then you could throw it right here to Zayden, who's wide open. But you just throw it without stepping because you're panicking because two people are on you. All right, and it goes right to Leon. All right, so just little things to clean up. All right, so this right here is a good drive. I like the way you get in the paint. I don't think you need to be in the air, but you do get it out of there. All right, there's nothing wrong with taking that shot right there, Aiden. All right, but you are dribbling a ton against the zone, and you still got to watch out for that. It's tough to, again, be efficient against a really good zone. So here goes Xavier again. I think you should be cutting to space, so then that will be a layup. See, we got to read how to cut to space. So now we end up having to take a shot when we should be shooting a layup. Listen, the last guy back has to be the most talkative in transition. The reason is he sees everything, all right? And then once y'all are back on defense, then that reverses in the bigs talk. So you just seeing him run right past you, Colin. You can't, you gotta feel that. You're the last guy back, so now they throw it over your head for a wide open layup. So we got to learn the rules of transition defense, and I'll show y'all more of that. I don't think y'all been taught it enough. This is what you guys are used to, right? So you have Noah, who's not playing very aggressive in that lane, so y'all are able to just swing the ball. But look, when Aiden's playing aggressive, right, he's up here. Fake a pass, throw it middle. All right, y'all can't just telegraph every pass and let him cause so much chaos out there, because now you're giving up free money. Made the switch, and they have Blake in the middle. All right, that's a good catch, Blake. Get into his body. Matt, you got to move your feet on this. If he catches it, you can't let him just scoot right by you on the first and then get a foul. You got to keep your body in between him so you get an easy stop. So we gotta move the ball. So look, Xavier, you stopping the ball. I don't see why you don't immediately throw it to this corner. But now we're gonna take some meaningless dribble, go through the legs, and then pass. I don't know if you understand how much that hurts your zone offense. All right, so now, no, I think this is a good spot. Like, you driving from the corners and playmaking, this is good. Up and under, Matt, be ready for it so you can finish. All right, but that's a good play on that drive. And again, it's because you're aggressive getting paint touches. Know why you're successful. All right, so this is a timing thing. This is a good teachable one. Hey, your forearm should be against his back. You got to touch people, Jashawn. So now when he throws it, you jump early. There's no need to jump at the ball. Just wait for it to come to you. So that's actually a good pass, but that's timing. So let's watch it again. I think Gavin should be a little closer, but at the end of the day, you got to time that jump, and there's no reason to jump at that. It was coming right at you. This is pretty good. So now when Aiden jumps and he doesn't get that steal, you do a good job of driving, making guys guard you, and making them pay for it. So now Kendall, you should have threw Kendall so she could score a layup, but now she takes this shot. Watch Blake find somebody to block out. All right, and then get an and one. That's a good, nice finish right there. All right, I like this. We got it to Hunter in the middle. Hunter turns. And there he goes, wide open guy on the backside. Again, y'all executed better this game than most others. Anthony, you're the weak side guy. You gotta block out. And since you don't touch nobody and you just trying to out jump, Grant gets another possession for his team. All right, so again, those are just the little things that you gotta do. All right, and whenever y'all hear me say be ambidextrous, I don't mean just finishing on layups. I mean with your pivoting, with your passing. All right, so this should be an easy pass, but since Xander only can throw it his right, he has to throw it over. If he could throw it with his left, he could throw it around. All right, and so now it has to float, and it really kind of goes right in between both players. All right, so Xander, be again, ambidexterity. You got to be able to do both. All right, y'all actually were able to make more plays, but there's always one thing to mess you up. So here, Jashawn, the ball's coming. You got to catch this, and it comes out your hand, and now once you lose it, you're panicking. But if y'all had caught it, that's a wide open layup. All right, Grant was so late on the rotation, but now you throw it inside into the wrong guy. So again, the whole play was messed up once you mishandled the ball. So again, value that. Kendall, I'll give you a pass because you haven't been here long enough to know. But we're supposed to be in a domino set. So for domino, we need two guards fronting, and you're already like walking like you're about to cut or something. So you got to maintain spacing and catch it out here. All right. So y'all just are losing possessions. Just out of position type of stuff. Anthony, we got to get out the habit of just staring people down and throwing it. It's just too obvious, right? The pass comes from like your chest and not above, and it's not a bounce pass. I think a bounce pass could have got in there, but now it floats. Jashawn, this is your ball. You need to catch that and go score. All right? You had enough time to get under it. The possession, hard drive, aggressive, right? Noah should be down here so you can throw a bounce pass, because if this is a taller guy, he could jump up and steal this pass. But nonetheless, the ball keeps moving, and now we get a wide open shot. All right, so again, it's not because we killed the ball and start dribbling. So same thing. Remember, we talked about this after the games were over. Y'all gotta read. Aiden's causing a lot of chaos because y'all are telegraphing and y'all aren't learning from your mistakes. So you're just gonna throw it. He doesn't even have to steal it. He's like literally, it's like you threw a chest pass to him, and then they get a wide open layup. So it's really almost impossible to win if you're gonna give up that many wide open shots. And then you just got to be patient and not travel. All right, so just slow it down. No, there was no ball pressure on you to do that. All right, I thought you did a good job, Hunter, of getting that ball whenever it touched the paint, getting it out. I didn't get all the clips in that you did it in other scenarios, but again, that was a high quality shot. Again, just another miss. Uh, we ended up getting the ball, and Xander, when you get this, it's one-on-one. You got to go downhill and draw a foul on Grant or something. All right, because you got to see that this guy's right behind him. So if you attack Grant, then he has to really get up and make a really good play on the ball. But now y'all don't get any shot. So again, being more aggressive would allow you to probably get something. Again, there you go. There go Hunter moving the ball again. Aiden attacking. This is a good pass by Noah right here. And then look, this can't happen though. Yo, you guys just score and y'all start walking back. Look, 1, 2, 3 guys walking. It's not even a quick throw in. But if they catch him off guard, throw it up the court. Now Hunter, who just tried it back, it has to go sprint to corner. Now middle is open. Good look for Blake right there. Hey, so right here, when we throw this pass, that's a great split stance. Grant should run to space so he could get a layup, but this needs to be a bounce pass because then you don't have to worry about throwing it over anybody's head. All right, so that has to be a bounce pass, and then y'all have a layup. All right, so Orange is giving up points themselves. They get in the habit of blocking out. So let's get ready. The shot's about to go up. Let's watch you and Blake right here. You just turn around, so the slightest bump is gonna push you under the rim. That's not a foul. Good throw out, Blake. The best time to shoot his three is after offensive rebound. Now this, Blake, is a foul. That's a straight push. And you end up getting an and one and you should have had a foul on you. Alright, so do legal stuff, but Hunter, you gotta initiate contact first. Commit to your commitment. So Jabari was saying don't let Blake touch it in the middle the whole time. So like up to this point, y'all are doing a good job. Actually, when it goes down here, y'all got two guys here, making sure he doesn't catch. Still here, but we got to be able to commit to our commitments. And if he says don't let him catch, this shouldn't happen, right? So Colin creates a passing lane and gets it right to him. And this is why he didn't want him to catch, because he's going to make a quick decision. This is a wide open shot. And without those middle paint touches, they don't get shots like this. Now, he don't hit it, but that's the thing, is Jabari don't want those quality of looks going up. All right, so again, y'all are doing okay getting it covering middle, but then it does hit middle. All right. Colin had waved Jashawn through, and on his route, he ended up being like, "Hey, I'm open." But this is why, if you got a really good middle person, this is what happens to his zone. All 5 eyes look at him. All he has to do is throw it to the open guy. Jashawn, you took too long to gather, and you double pumped. Like I told you in the game, when you got that pass from Blake, you should have jumped right into Matt's body, and at very least get a foul, if not an and one. But you tried to avoid him. All right. I enjoyed this whole possession, so I'm going to just let it play out. Skip pass back after Felix threw it to him. There goes a bounce pass that Jashawn can't get to. Here comes another bounce pass after a steal from Matt. That's just great basketball. All right, so we have to put that down because of all the interior passing. Let's watch it one more time. Skip pass back from Grant. Drive, bounce. Drive, steal, and bounce. Layup. This is good stuff. All right, so Colin has made every single entry pass to Blake. So if you're on the white team, one, you got to figure out why you're successful. It's not like Blake is shooting every one of them. It's just, like I said, the middle is what makes it vulnerable. So if you got a guy who can catch and make decisions, okay, so Matt's late, he shoots it, and then boom. If Blake wanted to, right, he could have hit Jashawn coming here, right? But, I mean, I guess he felt, hey, I'm open enough to shoot this. So, like I said, Blake, you had a really good game at being middle again. Excellent. But White, y'all got to find a way to get more touches, and that's going to take skillful passing and ball movement. You right here, hey, we got to get better at it. If we're going to be weak side, you're too small not to touch people. You got to block out, because if you don't block out and you try to out-athlete, that's what's going to happen, and they still get the ball back. So you got to be disciplined in that. I'm coaching the white team. I got to have Colin on the floor right here. All right, because he's the only guy that's hitting middle. So everybody thinks they need to score and do all these things to stay on the court. All you need to be able to do is execute. If we say the middle is vulnerable and you're the only guy hitting middle, you add value to yourself. You guys got to learn that. All right, and there we go. 4 straight trips down the floor, 4 straight really good looks. And Blake's making the plays, but he needs somebody to get it there, and right now that's Colin. So add value to yourselves by recognizing what's allowing your team to be good. All right, good steal right there, Gavin. That's good stuff. Great possession. It hits middle twice. Ball moves. Xavier hits Hunter. He keeps dribbling right when he catches it. So like this is gonna burn you. So you dribble, right? And you don't need to. Just face up while you lose your dribble. Now it's gone. Now you throw up a one-footed shot. All right. So up to that point, it had been good. A little bit better court awareness right there, Gavin. You got to feel when defenders are still behind you. Gavin, you just got a really nice rebound. But, like, once you see a guy, it's like you're full-fledged ahead. Like, right now, that was your opportunity to possibly hit him. And since you're late, you can't change your mind. And so, like, you dribbling, like, you didn't even attack to make that pass. This is going to be a nearly impossible pass to get to. All right, so it hits the baseline. But you just can't make those plays. You got to reverse it out and pass it elsewhere. Again, Colin, you didn't shoot it well, but you did some things that you need guys on the floor. Most guys were standing right here, and Aiden would have ran through it. Look how high he runs. Aiden has to literally get completely out of position to get this steal now because of where Colin ran to, which means, who is this? Whoever this is, Jashawn could run right here and catch a pass and then get a shot if he wants to, right? Run the space. But since it's way out there, Aiden is, like I said, that's not even a 3-2 anymore. But y'all have made so many mistakes, he feels like he can be out there and not pay for it. So this is good that Colin hits middle. And now that he hit middle, we got a dive guy and Gavin. Like, the last fourth quarter was excellent for White. Like, y'all could have attacked like this the whole game. Y'all just turned it on too late. All right, good execution. All right, X, I know you can't see this yet, but we want you to get here eventually. So when you turn, you can see that Noah's kind of cutting. If you throw it right over the top, he can get a nice little tip in, right? But even as you reverse the ball out, you still got to have the vision to see, boom, bounce pass, and then that's interior passing. That's the toughest form of passing. But you don't see that yet, but I just want to know that's where we want to get to. But these are a lot of good driving kicks, and I just thought y'all got too unselfish. And this one to where y'all didn't even get shots up, But all in all, hey, this was a good game. Let's